Something shifted this Christmas, didn't it? You may not be able to explain it fully, but deep inside you feel it. Time is bending in a strange way. Memories feel heavier, emotions more amplified. People you thought you had forgotten suddenly reappear in your dreams. And even your own desires seem to have morphed into something unrecognizable. The way you look at the world has changed. And no, you're not imagining it. A quantum reset has begun, and this Christmas was the ignition point. You see, the spiritual realm doesn't mark time the way we do. For the angels, a holiday like Christmas isn't just about celebration or remembrance. It's a portal. And this year, the portal was wide open, exposing you to an intense wave of energy that disrupted old timelines, collapsed emotional patterns, and forced you to look at what you've been avoiding. The angels are whispering, you were ready. You didn't know it, but you were. All the pain you've carried in silence, all the roles you've played to keep others comfortable, all the sacrifices you've made that left you hollow inside, they were never meant to define you. But to let go of them, you had to be shaken. Not gently nudged, shaken. You may have noticed that this Christmas felt oddly emotional. Maybe the joy didn't come as easily. Maybe it came in waves, followed by waves of grief, nostalgia, confusion, or even fear. That wasn't weakness. That was the quantum field rearranging itself inside you. Have you questioned why certain relationships felt especially strained this holiday? Or why some people, even those closest to you, suddenly felt foreign? As if their words couldn't touch you the same way. That's because you're no longer resonating with the same frequency. You've outgrown certain energetic contracts, and that is the gift hidden beneath this strange emotional terrain. But here's the truth that most people aren't ready to hear. When a quantum reset happens, the first sensation isn't clarity, it's disorientation. You're not broken, you're being recalibrated. Your soul is learning how to live in a reality where your past pain no longer holds authority. You've entered a timeline where your intuition becomes louder than your anxiety, where your need to be understood no longer outweighs your peace. But this shift isn't instant. It happens in layers, and each layer peels away another illusion. Before we continue, write this mantra in the comments. I surrender to the reset. I allow what no longer serves me to leave. Now, continuing the message, you might feel like your routines no longer fit, that the things you used to care about seem distant now. You're not lazy or lost. Your spirit is detoxing. Think of it like this. For years, you've been wearing clothing 2 sizes too small. Suddenly, that discomfort is unbearable, and now you're standing naked in front of the mirror, unsure what to wear next. That's what this energy is doing. It's asking you to choose authenticity over fitting in. This reset isn't about starting over. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that got buried in the noise, the dreams you abandoned because someone told you they were unrealistic, the voice you silenced because it made others uncomfortable, the tears you never cried because strength was expected of you. The angels are guiding you back to those places, not to relive the pain, but to finally heal it. You may find yourself having deep, unexpected realizations. One moment you're doing something mundane, washing dishes, driving to work, and then suddenly a wave of truth washes over you. I can't keep living like this. That moment isn't random. It's divine intervention. The people around you might not understand. And that's okay. The reset wasn't meant for them. It was meant for you. But don't be surprised if others begin to feel the ripple effects. When one soul awakens, it creates a resonance that echoes far and wide. And you, beautiful soul, are the echo that breaks the silence. There will be moments when you feel like you're unraveling, when your beliefs crumble, when your tears have no name. But beneath all of it, there's a stillness rising, a knowing that something greater is being born. The angels are not far. In fact, they've never been closer. Every strange emotion, every sigh, every question whispered into the dark, they've heard it. You're not being punished. You're being purified. And that's why nothing feels the same anymore. Because you're not the same. Before we go deeper, let me know in the comments, what city are you watching this from? It's beautiful to feel how this energy is reaching souls all around the world. Something remarkable is happening inside you, and even if no one else sees it yet, the angels do. They've been watching your quiet transformations, the way you've been questioning everything lately, The way your heart has started to ask different questions. You're no longer seeking the same kind of peace. You want something real now, not the polished version of life that pleases others, not the filtered happiness that demands your silence. You're craving truth. That's because this reset wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual. And once your spirit wakes up, you can't go back to sleep. You start noticing how many things you used to tolerate are now unbearable. The noise, the drama, the obligations that drain you, none of them fit anymore. And you're starting to feel guilty for not being able to keep pretending. But let me say this as clearly as possible. You don't owe your suffering to anyone else's comfort. This shift is your soul's way of taking back space. Not physically, but energetically. You've been shrinking for too long, making yourself small so others wouldn't feel insecure around your light. That era is over. You've likely noticed how quiet everything feels lately, even when it's noisy. It's because your senses are heightening. You're tuning into frequencies you used to ignore, people's intentions, the emotional weight behind their words, the spiritual state of the spaces you walk into. And maybe you've also noticed your body reacting. Fatigue without reason. Waves of anxiety out of nowhere. Heart flutters, random chills, or bursts of emotion that don't belong to your current moment. That's not just stress, it's energy adjusting. It's your field expanding, and with it, all the trapped pain coming to the surface. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments, 111, to claim alignment with this awakening. By doing this, you give permission for old patterns to release. There's something else the angels want you to know. During a quantum reset, your past doesn't just get erased, it gets redefined. You'll start to see old wounds differently. You'll remember experiences not with pain but with power. Even people who hurt you may cross your mind, not because you miss them, but because your spirit is finally letting them go. That's healing. Some things are falling away. That's part of the plan. If something or someone has drifted from your life recently, it wasn't rejection. It was redirection. The energy that's meant for your future cannot stay tangled in the weight of your past. And yes, this process is emotional. You may find yourself crying unexpectedly. Not just because of sadness, but because something deeper is releasing. Lifetimes of silence, years of being misunderstood, decades of pretending you were fine when you weren't. The angels are wrapping you in light as you move through this. You don't have to understand every step. You just have to trust the feeling, that gentle, almost imperceptible pull that's guiding you somewhere new. And while you're releasing and recalibrating, please know that you're not alone in this. Other souls are waking up too, feeling the same shift, asking the same questions, yearning for the same depth. That's why you're here. That's why this message found you. If this message resonated with you so far, and if you feel called, there's a way you can support us. Click the thanks button below. It may seem small, but that gesture helps us keep bringing light into the lives of others who are walking through their own shadows. This isn't just a video, it's a mirror, and something inside you is recognizing its reflection. If you've been feeling pressure lately to hurry up, to figure it all out, to stay productive even when your spirit is screaming for rest, please pause. The angels are not asking for your perfection. They're asking for your permission to heal, to shift, to receive. You've been holding so much, and now, slowly, that weight is being lifted, not all at once, but gently, in divine timing. There will be moments when the fog lifts and you suddenly see everything clearly, where your yes needs to go, and where your no has been long overdue. And when that clarity comes, it won't come with noise or chaos. It will arrive like a knowing, quiet but absolute. There's something beautiful forming in the silence that followed this Christmas. Something irreversible. You can't unknow what you've now begun to feel. You can't unsee your truth. And even if it's uncomfortable, it's still sacred. Trust that whatever feels unfamiliar right now is simply the space where your healing has begun. You're not broken, you're just becoming whole in a way you've never been before. There's a silence lately that feels louder than anything you've ever heard. It's not empty, it's dense, full of questions you never asked, memories resurfacing like waves, and sensations that seem to have no name. That's the frequency of a soul in transition, the space between what was and what's about to be. And right now, that's exactly where you are. You're not who you were at the start of this year. And this isn't just because time passed, it's because your inner world has unraveled and begun to rebuild. You've seen truths you can't unsee. You've recognized patterns that you refuse to carry forward, and even though it's been quiet on the outside, the storm inside has been reshaping everything. Sometimes the most powerful breakthroughs don't come with fireworks. They come with stillness, with moments when you sit with your own heart and finally say, "I'm done pretending." This quantum reset that began around Christmas, it wasn't a spiritual trend. It was a divine invitation to release everything artificial you've had to wear just to feel safe. There's beauty in letting go of things you once thought you couldn't live without. That job, that relationship, that version of yourself you tried so hard to uphold because the world praised it. But what they praised was your mask, not your truth. And now the mask no longer fits. Before we continue the message, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time. It helps us continue creating meaningful content that aligns with your growth. Continuing the message. The people around you might not understand why you're quieter now, why you pull away from certain conversations, why small talk exhausts you, and why your tolerance for chaos has evaporated. That's because your frequency has risen. You're no longer built for shallow connections. Your spirit now hungers for depth, for peace, for realness. You may find yourself retreating, not out of sadness, but out of self-preservation. The reset is asking you to protect your energy like never before. This doesn't mean you're bitter or cold. It means you've learned that not everyone deserves full access to you. You might have noticed the universe showing you signs lately. Seeing repeated numbers, having vivid dreams, random encounters that seem perfectly timed. Those aren't coincidences, they're confirmations. Little whispers from the divine saying, "You're on the right path. Keep going." But the most important shift happening isn't external. It's the way you're starting to trust yourself again. There was a time when you doubted everything, your feelings, your instincts, your worth. But now, slowly, something has changed. You've started to listen to the voice that was always inside you, the one you silenced to keep the peace. That voice is rising now. It's clear, calm, non-negotiable. You've begun to realize that not everything deserves your explanation, that some chapters don't need closure, they just need distance, that you're allowed to move on quietly, to heal without an audience, to grow without approval. That's what this new timeline is offering you, not just a chance to be reborn, but a chance to be free. The angels are showing me how proud they are of you. They know how hard this has been, the decisions you've had to make, the truths you've had to face, the emotions you've had to sit with when no one else could hold space for you. You've done the work, even when no one clapped for you. And maybe you're still in it, still unsure, still in between who you were and who you're becoming. That's okay. That's sacred too. Transformation doesn't rush. It unfolds. The quantum reset didn't come to ruin your life. It came to remove everything that wasn't meant for where you're going. It came to strip away what kept you small so that you could rise. Not loudly, not for applause, but silently, steadily, authentically. If you felt disconnected from your old goals, your past ambitions, your former identity, that's not failure. That's evolution. Your soul is editing its purpose, aligning you with something truer, deeper, more fulfilling. And with that comes grief. Yes, grief. Even when you're growing into something better, part of you mourns the familiarity of what you're leaving behind. That's natural. Don't rush it. Let yourself honor what was without clinging to it. This is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. You're not stuck. You're becoming still so you can hear the next instructions. And they are coming. They always come. The angels are saying, your life is about to open in ways you never expected. But first you had to be emptied. The ache you've been feeling isn't sadness, it's expansion. A quiet stretch of the soul, a deep recalibration of everything you thought was stable. And even though it feels like parts of you are unraveling, what's really happening is a reordering. You are being brought into alignment with a version of life that reflects who you truly are, not who you were told to be, not who you had to become to survive. You're not lost. You're being rerouted. The angels keep showing me a message that's simple but powerful. You're closer than you think. And I know, maybe nothing around you looks like progress. Maybe you're still sitting with unanswered prayers, loose ends, and feelings that make no sense. But in the realm of spirit, movement doesn't always look like motion. Sometimes the biggest leaps happen in complete stillness. Think about how much you've endured to arrive at this moment, the heaviness you've carried, the emotional labor no one saw, the quiet strength it took just to stay present. Don't underestimate how sacred that was, and don't assume that just because the world didn't celebrate you, the universe didn't notice. It did, and it's responding. You've begun the sacred process of remembering, of unlearning everything that taught you to betray yourself, of dismantling the beliefs that kept you in cycles of exhaustion and guilt. This isn't just healing, it's homecoming. And no, it doesn't happen overnight. Some mornings you'll wake up and feel grounded. Others you'll feel like a stranger in your own life. That's part of it. You're learning to feel safe without the chaos, and that takes time. There's something deeply courageous about choosing peace when drama is familiar, about choosing yourself when self-abandonment used to be your norm, about resting, not because you earned it, but because you exist, and that's enough. And you may not even realize how far you've come. That's because transformation doesn't come with fanfare. It comes in small, quiet shifts, like when you no longer tolerate mistreatment, when your silence speaks more truth than your explanations ever did, when you choose to walk away, not out of anger, but out of respect for your own energy. The angels want you to pause right now and reflect. What have you let go of lately that once defined you? And even more, how did that release free you in ways you didn't expect? Sometimes it's not the loss that breaks us. It's the stories we attach to what we lost. The narrative that said, "Without this, I'm nothing." But what if that wasn't true? What if who you're becoming has never needed what you thought you couldn't live without? The reset is revealing what's real. And what's real is this: you are enough even in your undoneness, especially in your undoneness. You don't have to have a plan right now. You don't need to fix every feeling or answer every question. The quantum field responds not to your perfection, but to your permission. So give yourself permission to be in this in-between. Let the grief come and go without trying to label it. Let the joy arrive without guilt. Let the clarity land when it's ready, not when you demand it. And when fear tries to creep in, and it will, just remember, fear is the mind's reaction to change, not the soul's. Your soul is not afraid, it's awake. This new frequency you're stepping into will demand a different version of you. One who trusts her instincts, one who sets boundaries without guilt, one who no longer shrinks just to be digestible. You're not healing to return to who you were. You're healing to become who you're meant to be. So if you've been second-guessing the quietness of this season, don't. This is not stagnation. This is sacred pause. You're being protected from distractions so that when the next door opens, you're ready. The angels are preparing divine appointments, conversations, opportunities, shifts that will only make sense once they arrive. But for now, rest in this truth. Nothing is being delayed. It's being aligned. If your heart is still holding on to someone or something from before this reset, ask yourself, does this nourish who I am now? Or does it only make sense to the version of me I've already outgrown? You're not here to carry expired energy. You're here to rise. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust me, when it all comes together, it will make perfect sense why everything had to fall apart exactly the way it did. There's a new rhythm forming beneath the surface of your life. Soft, unfamiliar, but undeniable. It's not loud. It doesn't scream for your attention. It hums, it whispers, it waits. And if you slow down enough, you'll begin to hear it. It's the rhythm of your truth. This isn't just a season of healing, it's a season of remembering what it feels like to be you without all the masks, the compromises, the roles you've played to keep everything okay. This quantum reset didn't just show up to rearrange your circumstances, it came to call you home to yourself. Have you noticed how certain things just don't hold meaning anymore? Conversations that used to matter now feel hollow. Spaces you once craved feel energetically off. Goals you worked tirelessly toward now seem disconnected from your soul. That's not confusion. That's clarity emerging in disguise. You're not losing direction. You're just no longer willing to follow a path that wasn't built for your soul's shape. The angels keep saying, the discomfort is not the problem, it's the message. You're not behind, you're being refined. And sometimes, that refining hurts. It feels like loneliness. It feels like doubt. It feels like watching everyone else move forward while you sit in the unknown. But make no mistake, There's nothing passive about this space. This silence is spiritual surgery. The old energetic debris is being pulled from you piece by piece, even if you can't name what's leaving. This is what alignment feels like at first. Awkward, heavy, exposing. It calls your attention to what no longer fits, not to punish you, but to free you. Think about the choices you've been making lately. Aren't they starting to look different? Aren't you saying no more freely? Aren't you craving rest, softness, and honesty more than ever? That's not weakness. That's awakening. You're learning that you don't have to hustle for your worth, that productivity is not your value, that peace is not a luxury, it's a birthright. You're becoming unrecognizable to the parts of yourself that were built on survival. And while that may feel scary, it's also profoundly liberating. You may still be grieving the version of you who settled, the one who tolerated things just to be loved, the one who abandoned herself so others wouldn't. That grief is holy. Let it be felt, but don't mistake it for regression. It's the final goodbye before the new you fully arrives, and she's arriving. Slowly, boldly, without asking for permission. The angels are placing new opportunities in your path, but they might not look like you expected. They may come disguised as endings, as detours, as people leaving, as moments of silence. But beneath all of that, there's movement, there's grace, there's divine orchestration. One of the biggest lies you were taught was that progress is always visible, that you have to prove you're evolving. But real evolution is often hidden. It's felt before it's seen. And right now, what you're feeling, that inner pulling, that emotional rawness, that desire to clean up your space, unplug, cry, breathe, disconnect, that's the energy of arrival. You're not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. There's also this sacred truth the angels keep repeating. Your timeline is your own. You're not late. You're not early. You're right on time for your life. The recalibration that began around Christmas wasn't just energetic. It was a timeline adjustment. One that pulled you out of the cycles that drained you and dropped you into the field where your soul can finally thrive. But here's the thing. Thriving doesn't feel like fireworks at first. It feels like grief, like boredom, like solitude, because you're detoxing from chaos and remembering how to live in peace. And peace, for someone who's been in survival mode, can feel like withdrawal, like absence. But it's not. It's presence. You're learning how to exist without performing, and that is powerful. So if you feel like nothing makes sense right now, good. That means the reset is working. That means your soul is waking up. That means your energy is releasing all the weight it was never meant to carry. You don't have to chase clarity. It's already chasing you. Let this season be slow, let it be strange, let it be silent. And in that silence, you will hear the voice that was always yours, beneath the noise, beneath the roles, beneath the pressure. You're not who you used to be, and that's a beautiful thing. You may not have the words for it yet, but your soul knows exactly what's happening. This shift you're moving through, it's deeper than reinvention. It's resurrection, and though it may not look dramatic on the outside, inside you are shedding lifetimes of patterns, expectations, and fears. Quietly, powerfully. Everything that no longer matches your vibration is dissolving. The people, the habits, the thoughts that once kept you anchored in your old self, they're slipping away. Not to punish you, but to make space for the life that actually fits who you're becoming. And you are becoming. This reset has been more than energetic. It's been cellular. You've likely felt it in your body. Unexplained fatigue, a need for more rest, an aversion to loud places or heavy conversations. You're not being dramatic. You're being rewired. The version of you that was addicted to overgiving, over-explaining, and overperforming is dying. And in her place, someone steadier is rising. Someone who no longer begs to be seen. Someone who recognizes that her energy is sacred. Not everyone gets access to it. And yes, that change will trigger others. Because when you stop participating in your own depletion, those who benefited from it won't applaud you. They may guilt you, misunderstand you, leave you. Let them. The exit of what drains you is a blessing, even when it comes dressed as heartbreak. This is where many people get stuck, confusing loss with punishment. But the angels want you to know, anything that walked away in this season did so to protect your peace. If you've been sitting in the ache of that emptiness, please hear this. You're not empty. You're being cleared. This is sacred space now. And sacred space doesn't get filled with noise. It gets filled with truth, with presence, with aligned love. And that love, yes, it's coming, but it may not arrive the way you imagined. It may come first as self-recognition, as the first time you choose yourself without needing to explain it, as the first time you say no without guilt, as the first time you rest without earning it. This is the new timeline, and it begins with how you treat yourself. The angels are asking you to be gentle now, with your thoughts, with your body, with your story. You've carried so much for so long. You've been strong, but now you're being invited to be soft. Strength built the bridge, but softness will walk you across it. You don't have to prove anything anymore. Not your resilience, not your value, not your worthiness. You are worthy because you are, not because you did. And if the tears are still coming, let them. They are not regressions, they are rinses, they are releases, they are water clearing space for light. The new world you're being pulled into has no room for your self-abandonment. That's why it hurts to hold on to it now. Every time you ignore your intuition, your body tightens. Every time you betray your truth, your chest aches. That's not punishment, it's divine feedback. Your soul has chosen alignment, and now your energy is simply catching up. And the deeper you go into this transformation, the more real it becomes. This isn't about becoming your best self. This is about becoming your real self, the one who's been buried under layers of duty, guilt, and performance. Let her rise. She doesn't have to be loud. She doesn't have to be polished. She just has to be true. And as she rises, everything in your life will begin to reflect her authenticity. You'll find yourself gravitating to new spaces, new faces, new ways of being that feel like exhale. And that's the sign. It's not always the fireworks. Sometimes, the confirmation that you're on the right path is a quiet sigh that says, finally, you're not healing just for the sake of healing. You're healing to remember who you are beneath all the coping. And now the final question is beginning to emerge. If you stop trying to be who they needed you to be, who are you really? There's a moment, quiet, almost imperceptible, when everything shifts. Not because the world outside changed, but because you did. That moment has arrived. You may not fully see it yet, but your soul does. It's not searching anymore. It's remembering. The woman you're becoming is no longer begging for peace. She is peace, not the kind that comes from control or perfection, but the kind that rises from deep self-acceptance, the kind that no longer fights to be understood, because she has made peace with the silence of being misunderstood. This final layer of the quantum reset doesn't come with dramatic endings. It comes with deep knowing. It's that unshakable inner voice whispering, this version of you can no longer be ignored. And it's true, you can't go back. You can't keep making yourself small for people who only understand you when you're struggling. You can't keep silencing your needs to maintain relationships that thrive on your self-abandonment. You can't keep compromising your light just to be tolerated. The reset cleared that. You've outgrown guilt. You've outgrown urgency. You've outgrown chaos, masked as passion. What you crave now is softness, reciprocity, stillness that doesn't feel empty, but full of meaning. And yes, that may mean your circle is smaller now. Your days are quieter. Your priorities have shifted, but so has your energy. You're no longer operating from survival. You're moving from alignment. The things that used to trigger you, they're losing their grip. The stories that used to define you, they're unraveling. The patterns that used to repeat, they've run out of power. You're in sacred territory now, the space between the old you and the true you. And the angels are here, not to give you answers, but to remind you, you are the answer, you always were. So what happens next? That's entirely up to you. This isn't about waiting for a sign, you are the sign. This energy, this awareness, this new version of you, it doesn't need external validation. It just needs your permission to be fully lived. You've been through the ache of release, the confusion of shedding, the tenderness of grief. And now, it's time for the integration. The reset wasn't just to change your path, it was to prepare your capacity. Because what's coming isn't small. It's love that mirrors your growth, opportunities that match your energy, peace that doesn't come and go, it stays, purpose that feels like home. But here's the catch, it can only land in truth. And now, you're rooted in it. You won't have to chase, you won't have to beg. You'll attract not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. And when people say, "You've changed," you'll smile and say, "Yes, I remembered who I am." This is your emergence. It's not a grand reveal to the world. It's a sacred return to yourself, a quiet reclaiming, a graceful reintroduction. You don't owe anyone a version of you that feels false. You owe yourself the freedom to be who you really are, unfiltered, unafraid, and fully awake. So breathe, let your shoulders drop, let your chest open, let your energy expand. You've made it through the reset, and now, the life you were always meant to live, the one where you are seen, safe, held, and honored, can finally begin. If this message resonated with you in your current moment, write in the comments, "I'm ready to live from my truth." Share your experiences in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.